sorry. So I'm supposed to present on our launch and how we've aligned our internationally aligned and have a local perspective. And so I'd like to just talk about the reason we got involved. I think it's so exciting that everybody's here. And I want to acknowledge, Paul, I think when we were conceptualizing, applying to be part of the cohort, Cornell said, oh, we must because of our database and all the work we've been doing. So what I think we need to look at is that the CEU continuously strives to enhance and develop community engagement at UWC. And we continue to augment the process of institutionalization through the consolidation, expansion of the CE profile in all faculties, units, and centers using our CE-based community engagement database. And as Pearl has shown you now, our scholarship of engagement database. So we got involved with ORIC, and I think what's nice is Jory has already told you, is that the aim of ORIC is to help institutions build and expand their own capacity to support research impact and integrate it into the scholarship of engagement. So we thought, well, we've got these databases, how do we use this? And I like what Bertie said, now he knows the database is there, and how do we use it so that we expand our impact and institutionalize community engagement? So this project that we are involved in provides us an opportunity to achieve and to extend and infuse scholarship of engagement at all levels of UWC. So how are we doing it? We're going to focus on integration, decentralization, internationalization, and impact. So it's IDII. And we are using this to firmly position and highlight the scholarship of engagement linked to a wide variety of community engagement activities at UWC. And I'm not going to go over that again because in the past 3 days, we were talking about the kinds of engagement we do, the typology, how we do it, the models. So we've put all of that in place, and that is in our program, so you can go and have a look at that again. But what we thought was, we'll start the pilot project at UWC and we'll create a virtual ORIC office. Now, I think what was nice about COVID is that COVID made us realize that it is easy if we can put things online, and it does save us human resources and money. And also it expands our reach. So if I think about it, anybody can, as Paul said, access these databases, and we can build partnerships in that way. So we're going to set up this office that we're launching today in order to support faculties to set up their offices, because one of the things that we've realized is that to centralize something makes it very difficult to be able to manage it, because what happens is that the structure becomes top heavy and it becomes expensive. Each faculty has a different approach, and as we discussed yesterday, has a different understanding and has different priorities. And so it's much better for it to be set up in faculties. So these virtual ORIC offices will support the sharing of knowledge, coordinate and align scholarship of engagement projects, and it will simultaneously empower and build relationships with community partners, and using these resources, as I've mentioned earlier, optimally and appropriately. Now, the aim of IDII, the first thing is we want integration. Now, I liked the discussion between Susan and Prof. Leva, is that you cannot have social impact or broader impact as separate from research, teaching, and learning. And so that is why it's important that we have this integration. And so we want to integrate this through the scholarship of engagement, and we're aligning and articulating this with individual core functions of academics and the mission of UWC. So we had that whole discussion about what an academic should do, and then what do they do to ensure that they have social impact and broader impact. And then we want to align this with the respective projects in the faculties, because each faculty have different projects. And, you can go and listen to our first day where the deans all presented the kind of projects that they are doing and what their models are and all the things that they are busy with. And I must say, there's an amazing array of things that UWC faculties are doing. And the CEU would then provide support, capacity building, and a platform for all stakeholders and partners. And of course, with this, we will have the help of the ORIC project. Then again, the decentralization is facilitating the creation of the faculty ORIC office that will be led and managed by champions of the scholarship of engagement. And then the alignment of different existing databases. Now, while we were busy with the training, I remember Jory asking us what did we think the problem would be to be able to do this. And one of the things we said was that there are so many existing databases, and those databases has to be managed by faculties because they understand it. And I remember Susan saying in one of the training that you also don't want everybody to have access to your partners unless you've vetted them. And so what we would like to do through this decentralization is not to take away the control over these databases, but rather to have a sense of awareness and to get the alignment between these databases, which will then go through the champions and be managed through them in the different faculties. Then the internationalization, Jory talked about the BI Wizard, and we have been in consultation with them to see whether we can adapt the Wizard so that we can use it. And Wizard is a very nice way of being able to go through the proposal writing, and we can adapt it because we are a little different here with the NRF. I liked what Mr. Ellis said about all those calls, so we could adapt it, and then this will be a helpful program that staff and their partners and stakeholders can use. I think the other advantage of internationalization is that we will have partnerships for training. The nice thing about online is that, you can be anywhere in the world, as we've shown in the last 3 days, and we can share knowledge and skills. And again, the knowledge sharing. And the one great thing that Prof now spoke about is the co-creation and innovation, so that we can in actual fact share our knowledge and build this community that is involved in social impact and broader impact. And then lastly, impact, what we would like to do through this platform is to capture the partnerships with non-governmental, governmental service agencies and civic organizations, which will then result in a comprehensive framework for social impact and broader impact. And we are busy. Paul didn't mention that because that is part of our project that we're doing now. Which was one of the components that Jory identified, is that we are busy building another database where we will be able to see what kind of partnerships there are and who's in our area. And so who can we then partner with, and where are the resources within our different communities, which then also links to what we were talking about yesterday, is how do we then anchor the institution as a university locally where the need is the most. Thank you. So that's
Thank you, Professor Daniel. Thank you, Professor Daniels, and thank you for saving us 2 minutes. We really do appreciate it. Very exciting project. And I'm sure there will be questions and some interesting discussions when it comes to our Q&A session. So thank you very, very much.
Yeah, and we're going to be calling on all of you deans to help us out so that you can become part of this pilot.
I cannot see how anybody will not be excited about this. So
thank you.
I'm sure you will have buy-in from our colleagues, especially the deans and the deputy deans, research, learning and teaching, and even some of our community engagement deans. Deputy deans, my apologies. So by all means, it's a very exciting project. And
thank you. And I must thank Prof Lovat for supporting us with this. Yeah, thank you.
And I think this sets us up very beautifully for our next speaker, Mr. Gesanta Abader. who plays a very critical role in this community engagement and the link between universities and communities.